Good morning, Vinita. Today we are going to practice situational speaking. Okay, situational speaking, which comes under spoken English, of course, and I shall let you know uh, which kinds of situation we are going to discuss today. So, Vinita, can you please confirm me with the text if I am audible, loud, and clear to you? Has there been any improvement in my sound quality? Good morning, Manasvi, Srusti. Good morning to all three of you. So, please do confirm me with the text if I am audible, loud, and clear to you, and then I shall start with today's lesson. Good morning, Mridula. So, Vinita, Manasvi, Srusti, Mridula, yes. Vinita, because I have added an external mic, I'll show you. Just see. Mm, that's the external mic, as you can see, which I have purchased recently, because otherwise voice was echoing actually. Or these inbuilt camera phones are camera mics are not so strong enough actually, and when it comes to live class, the audio quality has to be the great one actually. Otherwise, what happens, uh, like uh, it's not interesting to watch if the sound is subdued or sound is very very low. So that is why this is very important. We've got to keep each one of us in mind the sound quality when we teach. That is very very important. So, dear students, as you know, uh, like Saturday, every Saturday we have communication class. So today we shall go ahead with situational English. So, like for example, I have done might be one or two with you, previously, but for new students and for those who are who are with us or who have been with us since uh, class 9 or 10, so they, for them it will be revision, and for those who have joined this year, for them it's a kind of a new lesson. So dear students, let me begin today's lesson. Students have almost joined. Okay, and there might be a couple of more, they will join later. Okay, so see, dear students, first of all, I would like to tell you that your 10 mark in each term has been earmarked for ASL, assessment of speaking and listening skill, right? So these 10 marks you cannot get away with, means you've got to perform, you've got to do the task that I give you to be able to score some marks in it. Okay, if you skip this particular task, then I'm afraid I may not be able to award you any mark out of 10, right? So you see, there are a couple of topics given here. So I might ask you to speak on these topics. Okay, see, like qualities that I value in a teacher. Okay, you've got to deliver a 2-minute presentation on any of the following topics, right? On any of the following topics, a 2-minute presentation is required. Whenever you give a 2-minute presentation, you've got to keep your camera on and your microphone on, right? Sit in a place which is away from distractions, noise, and which is well lit. There is sufficient light available. Okay, so sit in that part of the room uh, where there is adequate light, where there is silence, so that you do not feel distracted when you present your paper, or whenever your turn comes and you start your presentation, right? So this is the speaking skill, dear students. So your speaking skill syllabus will be something like that. Okay, so as you know, ASL means assessment of speaking and listening, right? So assessment of speaking and listening, as you know. So here, this is a part of speaking, and when it comes to uh, say, it is one of the parts actually. Like for example, there might be a two-part speaking skill assessment, and next part can be a discussion between say for example Vinita and Mrudula, or Bhargavi and Manasvi. Okay, so there might be discussion for at least 2 minutes, right? So first phase is topic presentation. Second phase will be pair interaction, right? So that will be of 5 marks each, right? First phase will be topic presentation, which is individual performance, and second phase will be a pair performance. It's a group performance, you can say. So 5 plus 5, 10 marks will be there, and then I'll make the average of this 10 marks and take out the 5 out of this, and then another 5 will be of listening skill. Okay, I shall give you an mp3 file for you to listen, and then there will be a worksheet. So first of all, you shall read the worksheet, understand what is the meaning of the question and all that, and then you shall listen 2 times. The listening, you shall listen to 2 times, and then you shall do the task, and this will be done under my observation. Your listening skill test will be done, as well as speaking skill test will be done under my observation, right? So you have to turn your camera on. Okay, all of you have to turn your camera on whenever your turn comes, right? And when it comes to listening skill test, at that time, like suppose I have a period now with class 10, 11, so my class is with class 11 now. So during my period, I shall take your listening skill test on my website, the way we studied yesterday on my website live class. The same way on my website I shall take a live class. I shall have the recording of that live class also, and I shall have to keep the record, because we have to send to CBSE. Okay, the entire procedure of ASL, assessment of speaking and listening skill, right? So dear students, listening skill will be of again 5 marks. Okay, 5 marks only, not much, only 5 marks. You have to do 2 listening tasks. Okay, uh, and then average of like 10 marks I'll take, and then I shall take the average of these 2 worksheets, and then I shall award you marks. So listening skill 2 tasks, writing speaking skill 2 tasks. So this will comprise of ASL, the complete ASL syllabus, the marks for which in your examination are 10. Okay, in term 1 there will be 10 mark ASL. So next Friday onwards we are going to start our ASL practice. Okay, ASL practice, we are going to start our ASL practice from next Friday onwards, so that you become familiar with the pattern of speaking and listening skill test, in 2 or 3 months time, at least 2 months you are getting. October and might be there will be test, let's see when it starts, or might be November also, first week. Okay, so dear students, do you have, before I move ahead with my teaching today, do you have any query, especially new students, like Pooja is there, Arya is there, Rudra Singh is there, then Srusti is there. If do you have any question on the assessment of speaking and listening skill? If you have any doubt regarding it, you can text me now. I will certainly let you know how to go about it. Okay. So if you have any question, dear students, any question, which might crop up in your mind regarding assessment of speaking and listening skill, please do come up with that question. I'm waiting for your query. So, Arya Srusti, I hope you have understood Arya Srusti. What about others? Rudra and Pooja. What about you? Okay, Manasvi also doesn't have any query at the moment. So that's good if you don't have any query. But if you have any doubt regarding assessment of speaking and listening skill, please do let me know. I shall certainly help you out in clearing your doubt. Okay, so dear students, before I move on to the next topic today, let me revise what we have done so far. Dear students, you see, in speaking skill, in assessment of speaking skill, you are going to have two tasks. One task is topic presentation. I shall give you a topic 3-4 days in advance, and you've got to prepare from these topics. Okay, you can take these topics also, whatever is displayed on your screen. I can ask you from these topics also, instead of giving you some more topic. I can update these topics. Okay, but these will also be a part of your topic presentation, right? Okay, then the part of your speaking assessment will be pair interaction. Pair, okay. Like Arya with Tanvi might be Shivam with Rudra, or Premanshu with Arya. So likewise we can make a pair, and there will be a problem solving task. Okay, a problem solving task, which I shall of course discuss with you when I start my preparation of this one, ASL. Speaking assessment will comprise of two-phase assessment, and listening will also comprise of two worksheets. Okay, in the single worksheet I'll give you two listening tasks, task 1, task 2. Each task will comprise of 5 marks, so you have to write a total of 10 marks, out of which I'll take an average and award 5 marks, and from speaking skill also, out of 2 activities I will take an average of 5 marks. So 5 plus 5, 10 marks, right? So dear students, while the assessment will be on, you have to keep your camera on, turned on, so that I can monitor you from here, right? Both, and in speaking skill also, when your pair interaction starts, both of you have to turn on your camera. Whenever your individual presentation phase comes, you have to turn on your camera and give your presentation, right? You cannot look at the script, you cannot simply look at any kind of text, you have to look at the camera and speak, right? So this will be your ASL assessment, the preparation of which we are going to start from the next Friday onwards. Okay, or I can start Wednesday onwards also. Okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we can practice, or might be Thursday, Friday we can practice. I'll let you know, dear students. Okay, now you see, questions will be like this. It's a 2-minute presentation. It's going to be a 2-minute presentation, and then qualities that I value in a teacher. Some these are the value points. Some qualities that you like in a teacher. Why do you think these qualities are important? How many of these qualities do you have? What is that one quality that you would like to inculcate, right? Then your most memorable moment, what is it? When did you experience it? Who would you like to share it with, and why? Digital learning is most sought after by today's students. What is it? Infrastructure, important things required to install it in classroom. How does it facilitate an easy understanding of any topic? Challenges of its implementation in rural schools. Okay, so likewise, dear students, there will be a couple of questions. As you can see, 10 questions are given. I shall update some more questions here, right? So this will be the phase 1 of our speaking in assessment. Okay, now let us go for a topic here. For example, doctor's clinic. Okay, at the doctor's clinic, let us. Okay, so uh, you let me know whether you are able to watch.
With the lesson on based on discuss about some video.
Not well, Doc.
Please be seated. Hello, Lucy. Please be seated. How are you doing?
Not well, Doctor. I've been down with flu.
How long have you had this symptom?
About 3 days now. I feel dead tired as well.
I see. Is cough accompanied with the flu?
Not at all. But I've got extreme body ache.
I've prescribed aspirin, which you need to take every 4 hours.
Is there any dietary restrictions, Doctor?
Not exactly. Take plenty of rest and make sure you drink lots of fluids.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
You are welcome.
Well, let's study some of the expressions used in our daily interactions so that we can also use this expression in similar situations. Let's learn some of the expressions. Please be seated. We use this expression to ask someone to sit. You can also say, have a seat in this situation. How are you doing? This is another way of asking, how are you? How are you doing is used exclusively in informal situation. Down with. This phrase is used in informal situation. This phrase means suffer from. Instead of saying I am suffering from, you can say I am down with flu. How long have you had? This expression means that since when have you been suffering from? These are typical spoken English terms used informally in daily conversation. That tired. That tired means absolute tired. That in this context means extremely accompanied with. For example, fever accompanied.
Okay, so dear students, the transmission is not so smooth, so let me explain from here. So as you can see here, it is written Graham. It's a conversation between Graham and Lucy. So a patient has visited to a doctor's place, right? So Lucy is a doctor, it seems, and uh, no, Graham is a doctor, it seems, and Lucy is the patient, right? So let's see the conversation and we learn some good sentences out of it. Okay, okay. So here you see, Graham is first of all addressing Lucy. Hello, Lucy. Please be seated. How are you doing? So see, whenever we ask somebody, how are you? There are multiple ways of asking this, right? It can be how are you doing, how are you, how is it going, right? So there are many ways of asking how are you, and it is a normal, it's a protocol for everyone, okay, to ask somebody to be seated. Okay, so Graham, being a doctor, a patient went to him. Therefore, as the patient is a visitor, therefore Graham is courteous enough to ask her to be seated. So please be seated. Please take your seat, or please be seated is more standard, right? So that you know, of course. Lucy, not well, doctor. I've been down with flu. So, dear students, this is what I wanted to know actually. I've been down. See, whenever in spoken English, always remember we do not say I have. In spoken English, we say I've. Okay. So, I apostrophe VE is pronounced as I've. Okay. Always remember, I apostrophe ve is pronounced I've, right? So in spoken English we use contractions like this isn't true. We don't say this is not true. We say this isn't true. Okay, it can't be true. We cannot say, we do not normally say it cannot be true. It can't be true. In spoken English, what happens? We use contractions and short sentences, right? So when we combine I and have, it becomes I've. You've got to pronounce it as I've, right? So you see here, please be seated. How are you doing? Not well, doctor. I've been down with flu. So always remember, I've been down. I've been down means I was suffering from flu, or I have been suffering from flu. So instead of saying in spoken English, we do not say suffer from. In spoken English, we say I've been down with temperature. I've been down with some disease. I've been down, right? So instead of saying I am suffering, you said I've been down with flu. So this is what was said here actually, right? Like you might have heard madam
The
explaining.
grammar and spoken English matter with some of the expressions.
Listen, once again you listen.
Hello, Lucy. Please be seated. How are you doing?
Not well, doctor. I've been down with flu.
How long have you had this symptom?
About 3 days now. I feel dead tired as well.
I see. Is cough accompanied with the flu?
Not at all. But I've got extreme body ache.
I've prescribed aspirin, which you need to take every 4 hours.
Is there any dietary restrictions, doctor?
Not exactly. Take plenty of rest and make sure you drink lots of fluids.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
You are welcome.
Okay, so dear students, how long have you had this symptom, right? How long have you had this symptom? So this is also very important sentence. Means if you think the patient has been suffering from a particular disease or a particular problem which has been continuing from the past till now, till the present time, you have to use present perfect tense, okay, in asking questions, right? How long have you had this symptom? Okay, or you can say how long have you been down with this symptom? This is also correct, right? Do not say how long have you been suffering and all this. Don't make it very long. How long have you been down with this symptom? So about 3 days now. See, the doctor, the patient is saying about 3 days now. The patient is not replying in full sentence, and this is this is how in spoken English short sentences are used, right? So whenever someone asks you, how long have you been down with flu? About 3 days now. Don't say I have been. Again, don't repeat the sentence given in the question, or don't repeat the sentence which the speaker has, which someone else has asked you. Okay, how long have you been down with this symptom? About 3 days now. Okay, don't say again I have been down with the symptom for 3 days now. No, in spoken English we've got to say only the short sentences, right? About 3 days now, about 4 months now, about 2 days now, etc. And then I feel dead tired as well. Dead is the expression which is used for extremely tired. Okay, I feel dead tired now, or I feel dead tired at the moment. Okay, so, or I felt dead tired in the morning, right? Dead tired means extremely tired, absolutely tired, right? And then Graham says, I see is cough accompanied with the flu. Is cough accompanied with the flu. Always remember, dear students, accompanied with is a standard phrase which means are you having cough with the flu, right? Are you having cough and flu? Understood? Or it's just flu, not cough. So he's asking, is cough accompanied with the flu? It means, are you having the flu or flu? See, in Western countries, in European countries, they do not say fever in spoken English. They say flu. flu. They don't say fever, they say flu. So fever is more formal and flu is informal actually, right? So I see is cough accompanied with the flu. So always remember, dear students, accompanied with a thing by a person. Like uh, he was accompanied by his son uh, on the tour. Okay, so when I say he was accompanied by his son on the tour, it means he and his son together they went in the together they went on the tour, right? So accompanied by, with, by a person, with a thing. So is fever accompanied, or you can say is headache accompanied with the flu, right? So accompanied with is used to indicate that whether something else is there with the existing problem or with the existing system. And accompanied by is used if two persons are going together somewhere. We can say he was accompanied by his son on the tour. So that's the difference, dear students, between accompanied with and accompanied by. Whenever you are using accompanied by, it should be followed by a person. But whenever you are using accompanied with, it should be followed by an object, a thing like flu, whatever. But it should not be a person. People often make mistake. Okay, they say is cough accompanied by flu. No, it's wrong. Accompanied with the thing by a person. Always remember. So Lucy replies, not at all. But I have got extreme body ache. But I have got extreme body ache. Graham, I have prescribed aspirin which you need to take every 4 hours. Right. So Graham says, I prescribed aspirin which you need to take every 4 hours. Lucy, um, is there any dietary restrictions, doctor? Dietary restriction means food related restriction. Not exactly. Take plenty of rest and make sure you drink lots of fluids. Okay. So make sure is used in this case. Make sure means here you uh, make it certain that you drink lots of fluids. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. You are welcome. So whenever someone says thanks a lot, have a nice day, you can say you are welcome. So analysis is given here. I shall share with you this page URL on the chat box. You can personally visit the website and listen to watch this video, as well as uh, you can go through this explanation, right? Down with, this phrase is used in informal situation. This phrase means suffer from. Instead of saying I am suffering from, you can say I am down with flu. How long have you had? This expression means that since when you have been suffering from. These are typical spoken English terms used informally in daily conversation. Dead tired means extremely or absolute tired. Dead in this context means extremely. The car gave a sudden jerk and came to a dead stop. Okay. Suddenly the car came to a dead stop. Extreme, complete stop. Accompanied with, this phrase means if something else also happens. Fever accompanied with cold. She is accompanied by her husband on the trip. See, she is accompanied by her husband. Accompanied by is always followed by a person, whereas accompanied with is always followed by a thing. Remember. Then make sure to check something has been done. She looked around to make sure that she was alone. I think the doctor is locked, but I'll just go and make sure. Okay, I think the doctor's locked, but I'll just go and make sure. So dear students, that's all about doctor's clinic. I shall share with you the link on the chat box so that you are able to browse it on your own. Okay. Okay, so now let's study another situational thing. But before that, I'd like to give you some advice. Okay, I'd like to give you some advice. Dear students, like whenever you practice any kind of like whenever you learn spoken English, uh, make sure that you practice it at least, because in front of the mirror, at least you practice it. If you have a younger brother or an elder brother or sister, you can also practice with them, because until unless you speak out, language is something like, if you do not speak out, you cannot do justice with it actually. Okay, so language is something which needs to be spoken always. Okay, it is not something which which you can which theoretically you can learn. You cannot learn theoretically. Okay, you have to speak. You might have seen there are many students who do not know how to speak properly. There are many workplace professionals also who do not know how to speak in flawless English, whose communication skill is very very poor, right? So how to improve your communication skill? How to give fillip to your spoken English? It is possible only when, after you learn the theory, you practice it. Because there is a saying, as I told you some days before, to make it you need to fake it, right? In order to make it you need to fake it. So until and unless you fake something, dear students, you cannot make it. Always remember, right? So, therefore, dear students, my ardent advice to you is to please do spell out, or you speak out those, like as I told you in spoken English, I have, when you contract I and have, it becomes I've. Okay, so I've gone there. Okay, I've spoken to my friends, right? So there are many differences also, like what is the difference between speak and tell, right? What is the difference between speak and tell? Then what is the difference between for example, uh, complement and complement, right? One is COMPLIMENT, another is COMPLEMENT. So you have to first learn theory, and then you fake it means in front of a mirror. If you do not have anybody to speak to, just stand or sit in front of the mirror, take up any topic, and keep saying, like for example, your idea of online mode of education. Okay, what do you think? Should it continue, or it's not as good as physical teaching? So your opinion, you just speak it out in front of the camera, in front of the mirror, right? In front of the mirror, you can also record it, dear students. Like you turn on your camera and video mode, and you keep recording whatever you say, and then with earphones you listen where you went wrong. You can easily find out the mistake. Whenever you commit some mistakes, you will easily be able to find out where you went wrong, right? So that is what you need to do at home to improve your communication skill. Okay, otherwise, see, it will be very difficult for you to take part in group discussion, in debate, in extempore speech, or give speech in assembly, morning assembly, or might be do anchoring. Okay, because when it comes to doing anchoring, you need to be very fluent in English. You've got to have good intonation, you've got to have good flow in your speech. Only then you shall be able to make an impact on the listeners, on the viewers. So that is what is important. So how can it doesn't simply come in one day, dear students, because so for the last 1.5 years you have been at home, you have been like confined at home, you are not speaking in English, right? So how can you expect to be proficient in spoken English just overnight? It's not possible unless you fake it at home. How will you fake it? Stand or sit in front of a mirror, keep talking about a topic, or keep sitting in front of your mobile camera, turn the video mode on, keep recording whatever you are presenting. Initially, to begin with, make it a 2-minute speech only, not much, 2-minute speech. Whenever you give speech, make sure that you remain disciplined in your speech. What do I mean by being disciplined in your speech? Being disciplined means, first of all, you have to, before you start recording, first of all, you have to make a draft. At least for example, any topic, noise pollution, for example. So noise pollution, 5 points I will speak on noise pollution. So these 5 points you write on a piece of paper, just the value points you write. Don't write the entire sentence, just the value points. So revise it properly, and then when it comes for recording, okay, you can see once at the paper, just glance for the value points, but not more than couple of seconds. You cannot afford to just read at the script and read on the paper, read the paper and record. No, you cannot. Okay, you have to see once for revision, or supposing that you've forgotten the next point what's going to be, so you can have a glance at the paper. That's it. Just to help you, in case you forget, you keep your paper as a support, emergency support, you can say, right? So dear students, please do practice in this manner. Being disciplined with your speech means you should not be repetitive in your speech. Whatever you have spoken out, whatever point you have spoken out, do not repeat the same again, right? Speak every new point, right? Supposing that you have prepared 5 value points, make sure you prepare on these 5 value points only. Okay, even if you forget, you leave it, but do not repeat it. So these are some of the protocols that we need to follow when it comes to recording our voice or recording our speech. And believe me, if you fake it, you will certainly make it. Doesn't matter whether your school is closed or open. Okay, you have to be open always, right? You have to be open to learning. See, we have learning during the pandemic so very much. We have learned many things when it came to video editing, podcast, how to record your sound, how to record your video, how to edit your video, how to make website, how to learn codes for making website, how to embed a particular link on the website. So we have learned many things. Personally, me, I have learned many things during the pandemic. Okay, I have not just kept idle. Okay, so you can also do it at home. If you make a culture at home that I shall fake my presentation in front of a camera, I'll record it and then go on listening to that, watching it. Then certainly it doesn't matter if the school is closed or open, you shall certainly be fluent, right? So dear students, that is what I wanted to tell you today, and I have also showed you something, and one video I wanted to show you, dear students. Okay, one video I wanted to show you. Let me see if that's available. I'll certainly show you. Just wait for a while, dear students. Just wait for a while. I made just couple of days before. Just couple of days before I made. It's just 2-3 minutes video only. It can be class 9-10 YouTube list also.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
Yeah, this one.
बैट दिखाइए हमारे छोरे के लिए बढ़िया वाला, मतलब ज्यादा डिस्काउंट वाला। जा बेटे। एक पे 40% डिस्काउंट और दूसरे पे 30 प्लस एडिशनल 10%।
Hey there, this is Manatush Day back again on our YouTube channel Learning with a Difference with a concept video on errors on everyday use of English. Today's lesson is based on errors related to verbs. Let's get started. To begin with an oft repeated error, the waiters were busy laying the table. What is Hey there, this is Manatush Day back again on our YouTube channel Learning with a Difference with a concept video on errors on everyday use of English. Today's lesson is based on errors related to verbs. Let's get started. To begin with an oft repeated error, the waiters were busy laying the table. What is the error here. The waiters were busy laying the table. Laying means preparing the table. And next sentence is he was laying on bed for an hour. Correct sentence will be he was lying on bed for an hour. What is the explanation? When we talk about the position of someone, we use lie instead of lay. But the past tense of lie is lay, which is different from lay cards on the table and lay eggs. She has lain on bed for a week, not laid. Don't be confused with the simple past and present past perfect of lie and lay. The past perfect is lie, lay, lain, and lay, laid, laid. Next is, do you mind to open the parcel for me? The correct sentence will be, would you mind opening the parcel for me? When we want someone to do something, we say would you mind plus ing of the verb. Always remember that would you mind is always followed by ing of the verb. For example, would you mind visiting my house this evening? The sky is thundering, it might rain. What is the error in this sentence? The sky is thundering, it may rain. Dear students, what is the difference between may and might? Let's find out. We make use of may when the probability of an event is almost certain. On the other hand, we use might when the probability is not so certain. When you say it may be his vehicle, probability is more than when we say it might be his vehicle. Okay, dear students, bye bye, take care, and we shall meet on Monday. Take care.